"You're seeing things again, aren't you?" Alex's roommate, Mark, teased as Alex stared at the digital clock for the third time that evening. It read 11. 11. "It's not just the time," Alex replied, trying to hide their annoyance. "It's everywhere. It's like the universe is playing a game of Where's Waldo with me, and the prize is my sanity." The room was a typical college mess, a jumble of textbooks, dirty laundry, and forgotten cups of coffee. Mark tossed a crumpled paper ball at the wastebasket and missed by a mile. Well, if the universe is playing hide and seek, it's not exactly hiding very well. Alex sighed and leaned back into the couch cushions. It's the same number sequence, every day for a week now. And the dreams. I keep seeing these symbols that I know mean something, but I can't remember what. The next day, Alex stepped out of the crowded lecture hall and into the brisk fall air. The leaves swirled around their feet, painting a mosaic of red and gold across the concrete. They pulled out their phone to check the time, and their hearts skipped a beat when they saw 2:22. It wasn't just the numbers anymore. It was the patterns, the way certain people looked at them, the way their favorite song played on the radio at the most peculiar moments. It was as if the universe had turned into a giant, cryptic billboard, and only Alex had the decoder ring. As they walked to the student center, Alex noticed a flyer tacked to a board. The paper was tattered and worn, but something about it called to them. It read, "Awaken the divine within." The words resonated deep within, setting their soul alight with curiosity. Without a second thought, they ripped the flyer down and tucked it into their pocket. In the quiet solitude of the library, Alex Googled angelic numbers and spiritual awakening. The search results were a jungle of New Age blogs, self-help books, and conspiracy theories. They felt a mix of excitement and skepticism, but they couldn't ignore the nagging feeling that there was something more to all of this. As they scrolled through articles, one image stopped them cold. The same symbol from their dreams. It was an ancient rune known as the Seed of Life, a symbol of creation and interconnection. The library grew dimmer as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the pages of their open books. Alex's eyes grew heavy, but they couldn't shake the feeling that they were on the cusp of understanding something profound. They decided to call it a night, stuffing the flyer into their backpack. As they stepped into the elevator, the doors gliding shut, the numbers on the display flickered to 11. 11. Again. It was like a wink from the cosmos, urging them to stay on the path. Back in their dorm room, the walls closed in with the weight of their discovery. They couldn't shake the symbol from their mind. It was as if it was burned into their retina. They traced it on a piece of paper, over and over, until it felt like an old friend. Mark had long ago given up trying to convince them it was all in their head. He was either playing video games with his headphones on or pretending to sleep. The next day, Alex followed the flyer's instructions to an obscure corner of the university. They found themselves in front of a nondescript door with a simple brass plate. The Circle of the Awakened. Heart pounding, they knocked. The door creaked open to reveal a room filled with candles and the faint scent of incense. A serene woman with a gentle smile greeted them. "You've been called," she said, her voice as warm as a cup of tea on a winter's day. The woman, who introduced herself as Evelyn, led Alex to a circle of cushions. The room was quiet, save for the faint sound of a Tibetan singing bowl. "We've been expecting you," she whispered. The universe has a way of speaking to those who are ready to listen. Alex felt a mix of excitement and fear. Were they really ready for this? In the weeks that followed, Alex attended more meetings with the Circle of the Awakened. They learned about meditation, the chakras, and the power of intention. Evelyn spoke of a world where everyone was connected, where thoughts could manifest reality, and love was potent force. The group was an eclectic mix of students, all with their own stories of strange occurrences and awakenings. One evening, as the candlelight danced across the floor, Alex shared their dreams with the group. The room grew still as they described the rune, the feeling of being chosen. The others nodded, murmuring words of understanding and encouragement. One by one, they began to open up about their own experiences. It was as if a dam had burst and a river of shared secrets flowed freely. Alex felt less alone, surrounded by kindred spirits who didn't think they were going mad. They practiced visualizing the rune, feeling its power resonate through their body. The numbers continued to appear, but now they saw them as breadcrumbs on the path to their destiny. The dreams grew clearer, the messages more defined. They felt a deep connection to something beyond themselves, something ancient and eternal. One night, as the moon hung low in the sky, Alex sat cross-legged on their floor, staring at the symbol they had drawn so many times. They closed their eyes and took a deep breath, letting the energy of the rune fill them. Suddenly, the world around them shifted, the fabric of reality stretching like elastic. When they opened their eyes, the dorm room was gone, replaced by a vast, starry expanse. A deep, resonant voice spoke to them, not in words, but in a knowing that filled their soul. You are the chosen one, Alex. Embrace your destiny and the wisdom that lies within you. The vision faded, leaving Alex trembling with awe. They knew what they had to do. They had to trust themselves, to follow the signs that had been placed before them. The journey ahead would be fraught with challenges and doubt. But they were not alone. They had the support of their newfound friends and the universe itself whispering in their ear. With a newfound sense of purpose, Alex stood up, ready to face whatever lay ahead. They were the chosen one, and they were ready to fulfill their divine destiny. The group met more frequently now, their sessions becoming more intense and enlightening. They discussed prophecies and the nature of existence, the whispers of ancient wisdom that danced on the edge of modern understanding. Alex began to recognize the synchronicities in their everyday life with greater clarity, seeing the interconnectedness of all things. The numbers that once haunted them now brought comfort, reminding them of their purpose. As the days turned to weeks, Mark noticed a change in Alex. The shadows of doubt had lifted, replaced by a glow of inner peace. He couldn't ignore the strange happenings that surrounded them, the way lights flickered when Alex spoke of their visions, or the way their phone buzzed with texts from unknown numbers, each containing a single, repeated sequence. 111. It was as if the universe was confirming their path with every step they took. The time had come for Alex to confront their fears and step fully into their role. Evelyn spoke of a ceremony that would unlock the final piece of the puzzle, a sacred ritual that would bond them with their divine lineage. The night of the ceremony approached, and the anticipation grew. The air was thick with excitement and a hint of trepidation as the group gathered in a clearing deep within the forest, the moon casting an eerie silver light upon their upturned faces. The clearing was a perfect circle, surrounded by ancient trees that seemed to hold secrets of their own. A bonfire burned in the center, casting flickering shadows across the ground. The members of the Circle of the Awakened held hands, their eyes closed in silent meditation. Alex felt the energy building, the power of the earth and the sky converging around them. Evelyn placed a crystal in Alex's hand, the stone pulsing with a warm, vibrant energy. "This is your talisman," she said softly. "It will guide and protect you on your journey." Alex closed their fist around the crystal, feeling its warmth spread through their body. The rune they had drawn so many times now burned in their mind's eye, a beacon in the darkness. The ceremony began, a symphony of chanting and drumming that grew louder and more intense with every beat. Alex felt the ground tremble beneath their feet, as if the very earth was awakening to their presence. The rune blazed brighter in their mind, and they could almost hear it singing to them, a siren's call from the depths of time. The air grew electric, and the hair on their arms stood on end. They took a deep breath and stepped into the firelight, the heat kissing their skin. Evelyn guided Alex through the ritual. Her words a gentle current carried them along. As the flames licked at their feet, they closed their eyes and recited the affirmation that had been whispering in their ear since the first appearance of the numbers. I am the chosen one. I embrace the wisdom of the universe. I am one with all that is. With each word, the energy grew stronger, coiling around them like a serpent, ready to strike. The climax of the ceremony was a vision quest, a solitary journey into the heart of the fire. Alex walked to the bonfire, the flame out as if to embrace them. They took a deep breath and stepped into the inferno, feeling the heat envelop them like a warm blanket. For a moment, there was nothing but fire and light. Then, as suddenly as it had come, it was gone. They stood in the center of the bonfire, untouched by the flames. The group gasped, their eyes wide with amazement. The fire parted, revealing Alex with the rune now etched into their palm, glowing with a soft, ethereal light. It was a symbol of their divine awakening, a seal of their place among the chosen. They felt a surge of power, as if they had just plugged into the main source of the universe. The air crackled with excitement as the group approached, their whispers of awe and reverence a sweet symphony in Alex's ears. The following days were a blur of lessons and preparation. Alex studied ancient texts, practiced new meditation techniques, and honed their skills in reading the subtle cues of the universe. They had been chosen to be a beacon of light, to help guide others to their own awakenings. The doubt and skepticism that had once plagued them were replaced by a quiet confidence and determination. Mark watched from the sidelines, his skepticism slowly giving way to something closer to belief. He couldn't deny the changes he saw in Alex, the way they seemed to glow with an inner light. And he certainly couldn't ignore the strange events that continued to occur around them. He decided it was time to join Alex on their quest, to find out for himself what this was all about. He approached them one evening as they returned from the forest, the rune still visible on their hand. "Okay, I'll admit it," Mark said, his voice low and serious. "I think there's something to this. Something real. I want to know more." Alex looked at their roommate, seeing the curiosity and hope in his eyes. They offered him a small smile. "You're ready," they said. "We all have a part to play in this."